I don't think so. I was actually talking to some other players that play with him quite a bit. I'm like, Show's scouting now, right? Because again, he's not like the player on my radar. I don't go out of my way to watch his games in particular. You know, there's other Terrans that I'm like, well, this guy's always been scouting, so I watch him.
Right.
But no, he's been scouting, and obviously his skill level is still amazingly high. You know, I feel pretty ignorant that I haven't seen more of Show's games recently.
Yeah, you know, I was actually talking to some of the GSL employees. I think you're
Mr. Che?
Yeah, Mr. Che. What is his actual? I guess your boss, would that be?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
He kind of made the GSL. It's like his brainchild.
He's a pretty cool guy.
He's pretty important.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt him.
But I was talking to him, and I was kind of asking him, who are some of the players here that you want to see in Korea, and who are some of the players that Koreans actually know about and are actually kind of fearful of? And one of the names that really surprised me was Sjow. I mean, of course, Naniwal came up, and Idra, of course, came up. Then he's like, yeah, Sjow as well. It's like, really? I didn't think he had like a big fan base over there.
No, I wasn't actually aware.
But let's do some player shout-outs. We've got MMA spawning down here at the 6 o'clock position.
With a super fast gas, by the way.
That is at, before Rags, actually. Here spawning down at 6, and over at the 9 is going to be Sjow from Dignitas. And I'm very, very interested to see what this fast gas is going to be. He hasn't actually scouted yet, and I think once he sees close by air, he's going to be like, I picked the right build if he goes Banshees or something like that.
And I think you actually just hit the nail on the head. I think that this is just going to be a quick Banshee build. You know, get a one-gas Banshee build, no cloak or anything like that. Just harass a little bit with Banshees and take an expand, perhaps.
Right.
That's kind of the feeling I get from seeing such a quick gas here. Normally, you know, Hellion Rush is not quite as good.
Right.
In this matchup, at least.
Yep. Now we'll have to see what Sjow is going to be doing here. It looks like he's just going to open up very, very standard here, getting that racks, of course, right around 12, adding on the refinery at 13, and then, of course, getting that orbital command. You're going to start to see the deviation here pretty soon when it comes to tech. He's got to obviously get up to 100 gas, of course, before building that factory. Looks like the SCV from MMA is going out, and they're about to... Well, I thought that was going to be an SCV, but he's going to meet up with the Marine, and Sjow is actually not controlling that Marine, so the SCV will slip by. There's not a bunker or a depot or anything like that, but looks like he is going to be controlling that Marine, and he actually stops it right at the ramp.
Yep, that's not going to be able to scout at all. You know, that's part of the problem of playing against Terran sometimes. It can really block scouting quite quickly.
I feel like that when Sjow came out and said, like, I really don't like scouting, I felt like if there's any map or any matchup where it really I could get behind that, it would be TVT, just because sending out that SCV after a certain mark when your Marine's out, it's just almost impossible to slip by.
Yeah, it's very, very true. You know, you have to be actually quite tricky to scout a Terran player. Sometimes float a building in TVT, maybe in PBT, you send up like a Zealot and a probe. In ZBT, sacrifice an Overlord. So you actually really have to do your homework and really try quite hard to scout him.
Sjow hasn't scouted yet.
Wait a minute. Oh, you're right. No. Sjow.
Well, maybe.
Well, his Marine went out part way, I guess.
That's true. I guess he did kind of see. He's kind of playing in the dark almost. He saw that SCV, but he didn't really know where it actually came from. These Hellions will meet here at the zone on the tower. I think MMA did get the first shot, so he should win this. I would expect Sjow to just fall back, because it looks like that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, it'd be pretty bad to sacrifice that for that.
Cute little play there from Sjow, pulling the Marines up on the high ground to the ledge, trying to snipe it there, but
little moves like that, JP, what really separate the top pros from just really great players.
Right. And looks like Cloaked Banshee.
Oh, he's even getting cloaked.
Wait.
No, that's Sjow, man.
Yeah, that's Sjow.
You're like tricking me out. He only got one gas, man. How's he getting cloak already? I'm going to copy this build.
It's like the best build ever.
I know, man. One gas cloaked Banshee. Wow. Now, MMA going to get that Banshee out pretty quickly here. And he's actually faking cloak upgrade.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's getting the Caduceus Reactor. I think that's the first time I've ever said that upgrade in the cast.
I've said it, but I've said it wrong. Apparently it's the staff of, like, some mythological guy or something. Everyone told me when I said it wrong. They're like, oh, that's what it is. We see this Banshee, some very nice micro so far by MMA. Already 5 kills on it. Becoming more and more like a regular Banshee, unlike that 3-kill Banshee you saw the other game. And look at that, man. 7, 8 kills. This turret is going up, and Sjow right now getting a lot of kills as well.
And he actually doesn't have MMA doesn't have a turret up, but he actually does have Cloak about to finish.
He does not want to lose this before Cloak.
Oh,
that would be truly bad.
That would be true. Oh, and like 2 more hits and it would have died there. Those Marines might have just tried to sacrifice themselves. Yeah, Cloak just hits.
MMA, by the way, MMA has 18 kills on his roll.
Oh, wow.
He has well, this game is going to end pretty soon here.
Right.
Well, Sjow though, I mean, he's got 2 cloaked Banshees.
Right.
There are 2 command centers for MMA.
And he also has this Viking out, so think with that orbital command finish, he might just be able to snipe this here pretty soon.
Yeah. In fact, he's running out of energy very, very quickly. Only 3 energy, 2 energy, 1 energy, no energy.
Yeah, and he does have to uncloak, of course, automatically. And MMA,
22 kills.
This is a commander Banshee.
This is easily a commander Banshee. He's actually about to take over for MMA and sit MMA. I'll send him on a scouting mission.
He's like, you go out there and die, man. I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, and he goes down.
The Viking does
sabotage
take him
most
out.
likely.
Probably.
Now we have for MMA 26 SCVs against 14 for Sjow.
Just look at the supply count tells the story right now. 46 supply for MMA, just now hitting 30 there for Sjow. And if you go on the harvest count, 15 SCVs there for Sjow, 28 for MMA. Oof. Not a good place to be in.
Yeah, no, and with double mules going right now for MMA,
I didn't even like that.
He can actually remake his SV so quickly. So even though Sjow did like a ridiculous amount of damage, that one Banshee, I'm kind of in shock and awe that he, I feel like he was microing his Banshee too hard there.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't go home and move his stuff. His SCVs were just taking pot shots from Banshees, and you can't do that, JP.
Right.
Well, you can, but it results in games like this.
Exactly. I feel like that this turret it's kind of in a weird place. I mean, it does cover quite a lot of area in the sense that, of course, missile turrets can see farther than they can actually hit.
If he had a Viking there, he would have been totally fine.
Right. I feel like that sometimes, that's not a good situation to be in, is that Banshee will be getting out of there as soon as he can, or she can, possibly get out. But I think MMA just might go attack here.
Yeah, it looks like he's at least going to pressure, and I really like this, actually. He's getting siege mode, it's almost done, and he's got those 3 Vikings. So with his siege tanks and Marines micro properly, he's going to be able to spot way ahead, and I'm not sure what Sjow is going to want to try to do to hold this off. Even though he has siege mode, everything on the edge of his base is forfeit.
See right here that MMA is actually in range, and Sjow, I don't know if he can actually hit that tank, but regardless, the Vikings do take out the Vikings of Sjow, and now MMA, these are the type of sieges where it's just like the most nail-biting thing to be playing right now. He moves maybe an inch right there, and now he's in range to actually do something.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. The depot going down, that's annoying, but not terrible. The reactor on the other hand, having to lift off that support. Look, he's about to get 2 Vikings. Will he get them? And yes, in fact, he will get them. They do pop right out, and will win the Banshee war. Unless he flies into those Marines.
Yep. Those Marines actually very, very lazy.
Yeah, man.
But more units are actually coming from MMA's base. It looks like he's kind of what Sjow is actually moving out right there. That tank needs to get back in because those tanks of MMA were sieging up. We do have the expansion for Sjow right now, but again, the supply 70. Wow, both players actually currently supply capped.
70 of 70. Well, now it's 51 of 54 for Sjow. Still very far behind. 38 SCVs against 27. So his economy, really, he's got to play catch up more and more. Basically, he needs MMA to throw away an army.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it boils down to. Sjow is just getting... he's losing all these buildings here. It's just the most annoying thing. This tank will, of course, finish as the tech left does fall, but he's not going to be able to produce any more after that. Now, Sjow is having to pick up, and it's just the most annoying thing to play against. It's more and more units here coming out from MMA, just sieging up right on the outskirts of his base. MMA might be able just to kind of move in, even almost attack A and actually win this, but he's just going to continue to play very, very passively in the sense of this passive aggression and it's going on.
Yeah, you know, the Vikings are really why this is working out so well. And the fact that he got that reactor, if that starport had been somewhere else with a reactor on it, he would be fine. He would have actually fought off the Vikings and MMA would have gone home. So, you know, every little tiny thing makes a huge difference in this game.
Yeah, he's actually creeped up so many times right here, unsieging for like half a second, re-sieging up. We even have SCVs trying to repair this. A scan does go down. One of the Vikings actually just landing so he doesn't die to the Vikings of MMA. He actually does kill one of the tanks there, and I think MMA is finally going to have to fall back.
Yeah, and it's a good choice. You know, he's taking a third base right now. And when you're taking a third base, you can pressure a little bit, but you have to be able to get away. You know, we saw in that first game on Zone Lock Caverns what happens if you're expanding. Your opponent should have more units than you, so you have to take a defensive posturing. And random Viking visiting MMA space.
I'm not sure how long that had been there.
That might have just been there for a while, actually, yeah.
He definitely could have used that back in his base. Although it probably would have just died anyways because those Vikings were just camping right above that starport. MMA looking to get up in this position once again. This is kind of where this last attack started. One Marine just running into cannon fodder there. And here comes a Banshee. And I love seeing Banshees coming into play here. They do so well against Siege Tank's line.
Yeah, they quite do. I mean, a lot nowadays in TVT, we're starting to see players just switch into, you know, make 3 Banshees randomly in the mid-game, and suddenly everything changes. This Banshee chasing them away.
Yeah, I mean, this entire kind of contain, I guess, as you could call it, was just stopped because of that Banshee. And, we see a drop here. This happens
Oh, this
so
is nice.
Often. Yeah, I mean, you can go in here, hit some of these unit producing instructions. Sjow cannot engage that, actually losing one of the tanks there. And some Marines actually dying for really no reason. He needs to fall back and let those tanks do the work. If we go back into the main base, these Marines are just doing so much damage. I think he took out a Rax. Tech Lab going down at factory most surely will go down. Probably going to be seeing a GG here pretty soon.
Sjow is just being peeled apart at this point.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like this game would look completely different if they lost that many SCVs.
Yeah. I think you were right, though. He definitely was controlling his Banshee too much and maybe just not really paying attention whatsoever as to what was going back on in his base.
Oh, certainly, yes.
So we're going to be going to Game 3 here of this TVT. I got to say, these are pretty quick games for TVT.
They actually are very, very quick. You know, sometimes we have these huge hour-long TVT epic games where, you know, it's 6 base with max like 20 siege shanks.
I actually, one of probably the second month of casting I had ever done, I had to watch a TVT between Drewby and I think Pain User that lasted an hour and 13 minutes. My co-caster disconnected like 20 minutes in. My voice was
am so sorry.
I was actually like so sad during that cast. I'm not even sure if we actually put that out because of how like emotional I was. Just like, please, he might die. But anyways, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be jumping into Game 3 here between MMA and Sjow, all tied up after that last win on MLG Metalopolis by MMA.